Good morning, everyone. My name is Varsha Chaudhary, and I'm from Acropolis Institute of Technology and Research, Indore. Today, I'm going to present programming. Okay, so overview. I covered the topics: introduction to programming, keywords in programming, compiler versus interpreter, programming task, online resources, and programming, and question answer. So, what is programming? What even is programming? The process of preparing instructional program for a device is known as dictionary definition. So the definition of programming according to dictionary is the process of preparing instructional program for a device. Now, layman's term. What laymen say about the programming? So, instruct the computer to perform various tasks. It is the definition by the layman's. Story of non-intelligent friend. So, story of non-intelligent friend means you instruct your less than intelligent friend to build a logo set. Then he or she lost manual so that he or she can only build based on your commands. Your friend is FAR from com- competent on his own, and so you must give him or her expect instruction to build the logo. If one piece wrong entries Lego set will be renewed. How they relate? So replace the friend with computer. Computers are dumb. Computers are only smart because we program them. The language of computer is computer only understand machine code, only series of zeros and ones. To understand better, back to Lego. Lego, which is the example we previous take. To make things worse, your friend speak Mandarin and you speak English, making it impossible to communicate. You need a convert your instructions from English to Mandarin for him to understand them. In order to communicate with computer, you must first translate your English to machine code binary. It would be entirely unpractical to convert every programming instruction into binary by hand. Programming language serves as a middleman of sorts. Translate your instruction into machine code, very useful for programming. There are some logos of programming languages like Python, C, ASM and Java. Using interpreter or compiler. So what is the use of interpreter or compiler in programming language? So programming languages serves as interpreter for converting language into other language faster than converting by hand. Interpreter translates program one statement at a time, considering it scan code one line at a time. Errors are shown line by line. Interpreter code run slower. Python, Ruby, Perl, Snowball, MATLAB, etc. are the examples of interpreter. What is compiler? So compiler scans the whole program in one go. As it scans the code in one go, the errors if are shown at the end together. Compiled code run faster. C, C++, C Sharp, C, Scala, Java. These are the example of compiler. Now interpreter versus compiler. What is the difference between interpreter and compiler? So compiler, first we have a source code that is we known as program. We give it to compiler. Compiler converts that source code into machine code. Then machine code is our input and then execution, then we find the outputs. Now what is interpreter? So source code or program is our initial input which we give to computer. Running interpreter, these provides us output. High versus low level programming. So there are two types of programming. One is high level programming, other is low level programming. So each language has an attribute known as power or level. Basically how similar it is to machine codes. Low level programming languages, assembly, C. High level programming languages are Java, Python. Lower the level, more like machine code. Now, the programming languages are, each language is unique in how they operate, designed for a specific purpose. Each language has other minor differences. Explore to find one which you like, since there are thousands like Lua, C, Kotlin, ASM, C Sharp, Java, Python, JS, Node-RED, R, C++, Paracel, Meta, Julia, Ruby. Now, how do we write the code? So, we know that what programming is and how the computer understand codes. How do we actually write codes? How do I write this code you speak of? So, how to send instructions? Can't simply type words into a text document and expect that the computer is able to carry out a task. Computer languages role. What role computer language plays in during programming? So to properly send instruction to the computer, we have programming languages, but we also can't type in a certain language and expect the same thing. Now what to do? So we have to use IDs. We use integrated development environments, that is we known as IDs, to write code, a place to write, run and debug the code and convert into machine code. Example, Spider, PyCharm, NetBeans, Dev, C++, that are the IDs. Another point, each language has its own set of rules you must follow in IDE. You cannot type rubbish into IDE, convert into machine code and expect computer to understand it. We need syntax. What is syntax in programming language? So, learning a computer language is very similar to learning a real language. All programming language has its own set of rules you must follow when writing code. In computer science, it is called syntax. Similar to grammar, in real life, syntax for each programming language is unique. Breaking rules will result in an error. Real life examples: forgetting a comma in English sentence and the entire context of a statement may be misprinted. Let's eat grandma. Till now, we know about what is programming, programming languages, high and low level, interpreter and compiler role, IDs, syntax. Key terms in programming are source code, object code, compiler, interpreter, compilation process, execution process, extension of file and debugging. Thank you.